Hello and welcome back to Distant Worlds 2. We're continuing our Mortalen playthrough here in the new expansion, Return of the Shakturi, and we are attempting to break out from our initial solar system. I don't think that's going to happen anytime in the immediate future. However, we are surveying our solar system pretty well, because we finally have the ability to do that with some warp drives. We're working on early deflectors that I think we're going to go for research. We want to go for fuel cells because fuel cells and better warp bubbles, because we're on the very edge of the map with a large gap between the nearest solar systems, and we're kind of in a bad position. So we like prioritization, we need to get out of here first. Like, we need to be able to expand in this direction, or we're just gonna get stuck down here and die. So to that end, that's why we're choosing the research path we're choosing. I'm gonna go ahead and speed it up, probably to 4x right now, just because it's so early in the game. There's not a lot that is happening, and we're just gonna let us continue expanding here. I do want to spend a little bit of time and work on some additional. I think we have several construction ships. We do. We need more. So I want more exploration ships. Probably like maybe not 10. We're a little light on the economic capacity to do that. But we'll build 3 more construction ships and 5 more exploration ships. It is going to put us in the cash negative, but that's okay for now. I'm hoping we'll make up for that on the other end as we start expanding and being able to support a greater economy with better mining and more resources, etc. So, looks like we are attempting to churn that out on our spaceport. I am going to just take a quick gander. I do have this currently on automatic, but I do want to look at our current spaceport setup, and I am want to add a docking bay, even if I have to take out some weapons to do so, just because I think it's really important to have the ability to dock. Still really early in the game, so there's not a lot of. Take one of these armors off. All right, let's go ahead and save that. But the ability to dock is very important for your spaceports, just because it lets resources get there quicker. I do ultimately, maybe not on the construction ones, but or on the small ones, but once we get to medium and larger spaceports, I do want to get um, multiple docks and multiple construction bays, because that is going to make a significant difference. Even, you know what I really should have done instead of getting rid of the weapons is get rid of some of these starfighter bays, but it's fine. We'll hang on to them for now. It doesn't really matter. Some pirate's gonna come along and wipe us out. Not wipe us out, but wipe out the spaceport. So I'm not overly concerned about it at the moment. Looks like our economy's fluctuating into cash flow positive once in a while, which is good. Got some mining locations flagged here. Not too pressed on this stuff because we have a oversupply. But this is nice to build. This is nice to build. All right, so we must have just built that base. Don't need this at the moment. So right now, the most important thing is that we explore and survey, because that's going to uncover resources, which then will let us build mining stations as soon as possible, which in turn will help our economy. Some of this is stuff we need for producing ships. Some of this is stuff that helps with colony development. Colony development helps with mood and helps with the amount of revenue. So if we can bump up this development, that's going to help our revenue and income. Take a quick gander at our finances, our economy. You can see the private economy is starting to grow. Still not quite there, but if we look at our maintenance, we can see we've got some small freighters churned out. We've got mining ships. We've got 11 mining stations. These are all private sector economy, so all of this cost is eaten by the private sector. But we gain the benefit every time they retrofit or build something. We have that going for us at least. All right, our bonuses are looking all right. Looks like when we declare wars. Oh, look at this. Construction operations. Small number of escorts from private economy. Okay, so that happens automatically. All right, the retrofitting has started now that we have something resembling shields. Some deflectors on there. Get 2 docking bays. I know I'm really whittling it down, but at this stage of the game, it doesn't matter. We're not defending against anything that we'll actually be able to defend. I'd rather have the increased docking and the... Is that not the latest design? Maybe I gotta click off it and click back up. Alright, we are completely out of Kazlan, which isn't that surprising. Lots of not too useful resources at the moment. Alright, so we found a bunch of credits, which is not bad. There's the colony, look at that. It says no research bonuses, which I guess is true. We do not have the ability to build resorts yet, but that will be in the not terribly distant future, I would imagine. But these must be the private sector military ships. I'm not sure if there's a way we can really tell that. No, because it's gonna list the well, it doesn't actually. Yeah, military ships. Okay, so we could see there's 0 military ships with maintenance. However, we do have 2 military ships, so that must be the private sector ones, which is fine. Yeah, under feudal control. I think we do have Kazlan, we just don't have... Yeah, we just have a massive shortage of it. So we only have this one station that produces Kazlan. Definitely need to grow beyond that, that's for sure. Alright, so none of our surveying ships have anything to survey in our system anymore, so we must have completed all the surveying we can do. But we need some higher level scanning in order to dig a little deeper. So I'm going to switch up a little bit here, and I'm going to dump like 80% into research. Actually, it doesn't matter. That goes over. So 70% into research? 60. 50. Okay, that's about even. So that's just going to accelerate the process of getting this research done, which is our holdup. Like that's first priority, because the sooner we get the research done, sooner we can get storage systems and stable warp fields and get out of this system. We're capped right now. We can't do anything else until we get out of the system. So priority number one is the research, and that is what it is. Okay, so I want my first lord, prove themselves, acquired new trait, labor oriented. All right. So they got a new trait, which makes people unhappy. Cool. But it increases income and construction speed. I don't know if that's good or not, but is what it is. Still almost no Kazlan. At least this research is happening a little bit quicker. We're getting it done about a year earlier than we were originally anticipating. All right. No good secondary planet in our system, which is a little bit of a bummer because we have nowhere to expand. This is that new outpost functionality, but we don't have a colony design to do that yet, and I really don't see much of a point because there's no benefit to it. We're not expanding our borders. We're not like making sure to hold down on a specific resource. Not strategic, so there's really no point in my opinion, at least as of right now, as I understand it. There's no point in building an outpost on any of these planets. All right, looks like we're finishing up research labs, which should mean some retrofitting. That is a very long period of time, longer than I anticipated, but I think it's because things are retrofitting newer labs, maybe? Take a look. Yeah, so the research output is 25% higher, it looks like. Let's see what that station looks like. Better research labs there. Better research lab there. Right, so that accelerated it quite a bit. Still 4 years, which is or 3 years. Okay, so that's a lot better than 17. All right, we can see our economy growing a little bit. We have more mining ships. We have, oh, there it is, escorts 5. So that's the military that the private economy is controlling. 26 small freighters, so that's up quite a bit. At this point, it's just a waiting game again. So we gotta wait till we get better fuel cells, and then I still think fuel cells might not be enough. We might have to wait for the warp bubble generator in order to really start making progress. I'm a little hesitant. Well, once I find out if this is enough, I'll ramp up production of more exploration ships, because the faster we explore, the faster we can start mining those resources. But if I find that that's not going to be enough, I'll wait a year or two, like till we're getting a little bit closer to stable warp fields, before I start plowing a bunch of cash into building more ships, because I'd rather the economy build up rather than just support a bunch of ships that are just going to be sitting around doing nothing for years. So we'll revisit when we get back to that point. All right, we're right on the cusp of getting storage systems. Now we're working on warp field generators. Let's take a look. Our fleets should automatically retrofit, like they are. So let's see what this looks like. get all retrofitted. Didn't take too long to retrofit because it's just changing the fuel. My guess is it still can't reach where it needs to go. That's the new fuel cell. This is a fully fueled ship. Yeah, nothing. Still can't do it. So it looks like we are going to be waiting just a hair longer until we get stable warp fields. Another 5 years. Painful. We're just kind of stuck in the system. So we're gonna definitely, I feel like this is gonna be a campaign where we're behind the 8 ball a little bit. Have to manage it as best we can. All right, here we go. So we got warp fields coming through. Hopefully this translates to being able to get out of our system. Otherwise we are in deep doo-doo. Let's take a look at our fitting, which I'm sure is happening right now. So I am particularly interested in this. Okay, so we are now able to reach multiple systems. All right, perfect. So now we really begin. And I probably should have done this a little bit earlier. But let's get some construction ships and some exploration ships. Okay, we've discovered our first pirates. This will not go well for us, I am positive. So we have a couple options here, and I've gone over the past couple campaigns. I've gone in different directions. Sometimes I felt like there was value in paying the fee to just avoid the pirates. Other times I felt like it wasn't worth the financial investment and it ended up costing us more than it was worth. I could go either direction on it because I feel like both are true, just depending on the So let's see what happens. I am gonna pay some of these pirates, maybe not all of them. It's a lot of retrofitting. But right now our expenses exceed. However, for some reason, I still have cash positive. Not really sure what's going on there. Scroll out a little bit and take a look at what is being explored. Like there's enemies in all of these areas. We are finally starting to branch out. Look at some resources and see what's going on there. So we got a couple new mining locations. It looks like we're auto building. Yeah, the downside of exploring is, you know, finding things like pirates. All right, so we got some Gravelex. Like we've discovered some aliens for once. What's interesting about this is our military ships. We're really starting to scale up now that there's pirates involved. All right, so I'll take an admiral over a general. Oh no, you got the lazy trait. That's terrible. All right, so still got exploration going on, but it looks like our we're keeping up with it for the most part. A lot of pirates. We encountered an alien race. They call their civilization the blank. So, man, it would be nice to hijack one of these ships. Certainly on my list of things to try to do. Looks like we got some basic space commerce. Pretty high up the list here. Let's bump it up. I do want to take a look now that we have some pirates. All right, good. We are attempting to steal stuff. Like one of the most important things, stealing as much as we can. How are we doing planetary, like, discovery wise? Not good. There's not any planets yet that are worth trying to colonize or anything. Let's just monitor this for a while and see how it goes. Didn't get any alerts for spying. Yeah, let's do spy mission outcome. I think that I want to leave that on. All right, so we see an underground colony here. Independent colony of Boscarans. I mean, that's not really that great either, because Boscarans are not exactly friendly to us. Matter of fact, I imagine if we look at independent colonies, they are angry. Yep. Not a huge fan. One good thing about this feudalistic society with these military ships is they seem to be protecting our home system pretty well. All right, space commerce is done. Ah, coup d'etat replaced lead. That explains some of the anger. Although the new leader kind of really sucks. And I didn't realize this, but either the expansion or the patch reset my hotkeys. Oh, he's even worse. Ah, crap. Okay, so our spies have been captured. And I don't know where on one of them. We could... Gonna cost us a lot of money. Go ahead and adjust our settings real quick for intelligent missions. Let's do a high. So be aggressive. High right now is just focusing on missions with 90% chance. We will do normal. If any of these pirates got oh, inspiring presence is really good because that just slowly makes everybody's skills better. Well, let's see how this goes. All right, have we found any spaces for new research? No, we have not. We are really in a tough spot this time around. No good colonies yet, aside from this one. Looks like mining location wise, we have been queuing up and building some mining stations, although the pirates are just going to have a field day with those for a while. But no new planets to expand to yet. We really need a spot to refuel. Maybe this is where we start looking into outposts. Alright, we just got basic transport systems, so hopefully that will be something. Oh, we must have stolen basic recreations. Really good. Base construction, we are under 26% complete. Actually, -6 research. That's awful. Early game is brutal. Can be brutal. Alright, so basic medical systems is not far behind. But we are nowhere near being able to do any of these. All right, weapon-wise, we have early torpedo already. Cannot research. I'm not Mortalen. Interesting. Pretty sure I am. Well, let's see what happens. Maybe it's just an error message. All right, we're trying to steal that stuff. So I think now should be able to build a resort station template. Maybe. Take a look. No. Not yet. But there's still some other building we have to build before we can do that. Okay, there is a research station here. Definitely want to get that going. Why is this only at 29? We're negative on the funding again? Like we are. Alright, I'm gonna bump that up for the time being. Research is kind of paramount. We found another Beskharan. Did they all have to be Beskarans? Like, they hate us. Well, I don't really have the money to... Yeah, they're never going to be happy enough with us because of this negative 25 ancient history. We're just... Well, it looks like we did find another Kazlan planet, so that's really good. We're going to need a lot of that. The nice thing about that is it gives us a refueling base deeper in here, so we can springboard off of that and, you know, head even further in. We're about to finish this. Okay, expanded space stations, resort station. That's the next tech I have queued up for. Agent captured by blood security. But let's go try to get him back. You know, I can put you in contact with these guys. That'll shave off a little bit of cash cost because don't have a lot of money right now and things are not looking promising economically for quite some time. There we go. That's a nice one. Pretty deep in. Always want to get these Hexador, even if it says oversupply. Always want the Hexadorium because late game it will be a drastic undersupply. So it's better to have it sooner than later. Alright, so 3 years from now we should have resort stations and large mining stations. That's going to ramp up our ability to do more with our economy anyway. That's still a little ways out. We're not done with this research facility yet. Are there any other locations for Yes. We're already building there. Man. Rough. All these pirates. Really, really rough. I mean, I made it this way, but still rough. So we've got two groups of pirates right here in our own like empire range, and then others I assume are a little bit deeper in. All right, so that is awesome. Like the more research facilities we build, the better off we're going to be. All right, this got pretty banged up and invaded, but that's all right. We really, really, really have to scale out our research. I have the small colony ship queued up, which is not terrible, but I don't know. We haven't found any colonies yet. I don't think that we can actually colonize. Negative 22. That's really, really bad. Not that it would actually do anything, because we could land on the planet, and the Boscarans are capable of supporting life on volcanic moons. All right, let's take a quick gander at our ship designs, because we gotta obsolete that. Because now we have a version 2 of a small spaceport. But I want to make sure it does what we want it to do. We want docking bays and construction yards. Let's take off some of this armor, some of this weaponry. Take off one more weapon. That facility is probably ultimately going to get destroyed. All right, looks like we're doing counterintelligence, which I'm not super huge on. Your espionage is going to tick up just because you are somewhere with a inspiring presence. But I kind of feel like never sending this guy out, just because I don't want to lose him. The inspiring presence is going to help every other person. Go manually try to do something. Okay, looks like that is pretty terrible. Why did we go right for that? Like, why would you go right for negative, like a 25% chance of success? All right, so large mining station we could build now. I think it probably already built it. That can go. All right, resort station's already built. Large mining station's already been designed. All right, now we can start building out some of these resort bases, which will be nice. Although it's going to take a little time. If we look at our economy, our maintenance here, well, it just says mining stations. It doesn't say the size of mining station, but we can see that that's already kind of flipping over here. So if we look at mining stations, we can see 21 large mining stations, which is something we just created. But we're flipping over to that. Medium mining ships, small passenger ships. Those are all going to be really helpful, because that's going to help bring passengers to the resort bases. Small fuel tankers will hopefully be good for refueling. Research-wise, we're still kind of pigeonholed where we're at. We do have a construction ship coming over here to build, but there is enemy on site, so not sure exactly how that's going to turn out. But I think we've made some decent progress for the day. We've finally broken out of our single system, and we are pushing into the galaxy. We've gotten a couple mining resources kind of allocated here that are, you know, pretty valuable. I certainly have more to do, but we need to, you know, make incremental progress here for a little while. But yeah, overall things are going pretty well. I would say next episode, we probably want to continue to expand our economy, keep stealing tech from the pirates as much as we can, really try to scale that up a little bit so that we can build an actual fleet of our own. Because these ships are not great by any means. But if we get like at 35 strength, if we build a fleet of like 10 or 15, we might have enough power to disable 1 or 2 pirate ships, and then we could start boarding them and stealing their tech, and that will help leapfrog us forward. So that's kind of the goal for the next episode, is continue expanding militarily, but also exploration wise, and hopefully run into another civilization relatively soon. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, see more content in the future, and we will catch you in the next one.